We as admission professionals do a really good job in looking at students' applications and looking at where they come from high school. And first and foremost, what we will do is look at a student's academic curriculum, and we will put that transcript next to a high school profile, which will give us information about what classes were available for the students to take. We can't hold anybody at a disadvantage if there aren't any honors or AP classes that are available, but if there are, we want to see that those students have taken advantage of it. And we know that there are some really great public high schools that are super rigorous and some that are not, or not as much, and that private high schools have their own curriculum that even if they're not designated for honors and AP classes, the classes are very rigorous. And that's why we, as admission folk, travel and visit high schools. So we get a sense of what the high schools are all about. And I have visited Campbell Hall for a long time and know what the rigor is in the classroom, so that a student who is coming, who submits their application, I know that they're qualified by looking at the classes that they've taken and the support from their counselor and support from their teachers. So I have that opportunity to be able to sit down and talk to the students and get to know more about that particular school, which is really important for us as we look and read applications from all over the country. And so we do look very specifically at a high school that a student comes from and the opportunities that they have in the classroom, outside of the classroom, and the grades that they have achieved. You know, there are some schools, some private schools, where when you look at the grade distribution, you know, the median GPA is a 3.25. Now, if a student is doing 3.25 work at that particular school, and it usually tends to be lower GPAs at private schools, but we understand that. It doesn't mean that the rigor is not as strong, but it means that students are doing their best and that the grading policies might be different, and there might not be grade inflation as there is at some other schools across the country. So we're going to focus on how that student has performed within that particular high school and within that particular school group. So those students won't necessarily be compared directly with students who are coming from a public high school, but we know that the curriculum is quite different.